Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Kizzy and long time no see. I haven't filmed a video in such a long time. The cat is scruffling in the background as per usual, but I've been basically I finished my degree and the last month has just been hectic with going back to work as like pubs and restaurants opened back up in the UK and finishing my dissertation and essays and all that kind of thing. But I officially finished uni a week ago today, and this is the first time I've had a chance to sit down and film a video and I'm excited. So sorry for not being able to publish the last month, I suppose, or month and a half. It's been quite a while, but I am going to be posting regularly again, starting from this week, posting twice a week, hopefully. That's the plan, twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday. So this will be going up on Tuesday, but I might not make it up on Friday, but after next week it will definitely be happening every Tuesday and Friday for the foreseeable future. So I am going to start off, I don't think this is too early, but I'm going to be doing my June TBR because again I haven't been reading this last month. Like I haven't read anything since my last video that I published of me reading basically. So I am excited to get back into it, and I bought a few books over the past month that are on this TBR and that I am excited to get into, so let's do it. The first one is one that I bought most recently, and it was kind of just a spur of the moment, mainly with a cover buy or a sprayed edges buy, because look at these edges, like they are just absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see that, but they, like, I don't even know how they do this, but it is so cool. This is a signed limited edition. I think it's limited to independent bookstores. I don't know where I got that from. It might not, that I totally could have made that up. I thought I saw that. I don't know. It's a signed limited edition that I got in an independent bookstore, so that could be true. I could have just made that up. And this follows a circus, so it gives me circus vibes. I've literally read the first 13 pages. Don't think I'll get much of a chance to read it for the rest of the week. But this is probably the first one I'm going to be picking up because I am just intrigued to read it. It follows a girl who, there is a circus that comes to her town, and then her father ends up selling her into the circus and she becomes a performer. And so at the front she has, the blurb says she's like covered in birthmarks that speckle her skin, and that is kind of, people like have made fun of her historically, and then she is sold into the circus by her dad, and it's kind of following that. I don't know what happens once they get to the circus bit, but it sounds interesting, and it's just a fabulous cover and just product in general. Well done to the people that made this. The next book is another one that is not a very recent release now, actually. Feels like it only just came out, but I think that's because of lockdown and everything. This came out at the end of last year in December, and it is Troy by Stephen Fry. This is the signed Waterstones edition. I did put off reading it because my dissertation is all about to do with there is aspects of like the Trojan War and retellings and things like that. I just didn't want to get it like crossed over, but I do love Stephen Fry's retellings of mythology, especially his heroes and mythos, which are, I don't know why I said especially, they're the only two. Mythos is my favourite, I think, but my mum prefers heroes, so I think it just depends whether you're interested in kind of more the god side of it or the like kind of mortal heroes, that kind of side of it, so, or Greek mythology. But this is obviously the Trojan War and it's a retelling, and I'm interested to see how it is because I've done a lot of work on retellings and I have a lot of opinions on it, so we'll see how this goes. And then the next two books are ones that are continuations of series that I either read, not recently now, but most recently in my reading timeline. The next one is The Royal Assassin. This is the second book in the Farseer trilogy, I think I'm saying that right. The first book being Assassin's Apprentice, and I really enjoyed that book. It's quite short, it's like 300-400 pages I think, but when you get to the end of it, like it's very slow paced, like it's just kind of like you kind of trundle along, but by the time you get to the end you just feel like you've been like through an absolute journey through this like really expansive world, which is crazy. I don't know how she managed to do it in such a small amount of time, but I think maybe it's the pace, like you didn't feel like you were rushing through it. I don't know, but it was really great and I'm excited to continue it. I picked this up ages ago thinking that I would be able to do some reading in the last month and I didn't end up doing any, so this is definitely high up on my priority. It's definitely chunkier, it is doubled in size since the first book, so I'm excited to hopefully see more expansive view of the world and the characters, and maybe, I don't know if we get different character perceptions in this one, but maybe we do, because that would be quite cool. Intrigued. And then the other one is one that also came out recently, I think, and has anyone else not watched Shadow and Bone on Netflix yet because you're so scared that it's not going to be good and you just haven't done it yet? Is anyone else in that boat? Because I've avoided social media. I haven't really been on it recently, and I feel like everyone at my work's watched it and they all loved it, but I'm just so terrified that I have such high expectations and hopes and aspirations for that series that I haven't watched it yet. But I need to just sit down and do it. But also, I want it to be a good environment to watch it in, and I just feel like, I don't know, I'm stressing over it basically. But the next book in the series is The Rule of Wolves, or like in the world. This is in the third kind of series within that world. So you have the Shadow and Bone trilogy, then you have the Six of Crows duology, and then you have the King of Scars. Is it a duology? I think it's also a duology, so this might be the last book in that duology, but I'm very excited to get to it. And this, I just need to watch that series. I need to just do it, but maybe I'll read this first and then I'll watch it, and then I'll be in the world and I'll just be like, I have to watch it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm an overthinker. I just need to do it. But anyway, I haven't watched it yet because I'm too scared. So the final book that I have to share with you, or that I want to read in June, is a moderately sized TBR. We'll see how it goes since I'm now working full time. But that is Ariadne, I could be pronouncing that wrong, by Jennifer Saint. This is another mythology inspired retelling, another Greek mythology inspired retelling following Ariadne. But I have watched a Frolic Through Fiction's reading vlog as she read this, and it has like kind of, it dips in and out of different mythology stories as it goes, which I quite like. I think like, I don't know if they're like tied in with the main plot line. Like if you like Circe by Madeline Miller, you obviously it's Circe's story, but she herself is kind of visits and dips in and out of other people's mythologies. Kind of like how she was in the reverse, like of the Odyssey. She kind of is like a side character of Odysseus' journey. In Miller's Circe, she kind of is people are dipping in and out of her mythology. Does that make sense? So maybe you get to see all these things as you go through them. I don't know, that could just, I don't know. I'm talking rubbish basically. But this is following Ariadne, which I think is the Minotaur. She's to do with the Minotaur and Theseus. And that's exciting because I do like that story, and it's also beautiful. Look at that. And like these end pages, can we just appreciate them? And it's also signed by the author. But I picked this up on a break when I was at work because I saw it and I just like, ooh, I just couldn't resist it because it is just stunning. So that will also be there on there. So we've got a couple of Greek mythology retellings on the list this month. So that is everything. I hope you've enjoyed this video back, and I will not be disappearing for that long ever again because there is no need for it anymore, because university is done and dusted, and that is it. So yes, regular posting will be continuing, I believe, next week. I don't think I'll get one on Friday, just as I readjust to the new routine. And yeah, I'm excited to do that, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you've all been well.